most of the participants have joined. So with permission of all the dignitaries, we wish to start the first day of FDP with the inaugural function. A very good morning to one and all. Honorable Director of DKT Society's Textile and Engineering Institute, ICHALKARANJI, Dr. Mrs. L.S. Adbute Madam. Honorable Director of JBIMS, Mumbai, Professor Dr. Srinivasan Iyengar Sir. Honorable Deputy Director of DKT Society's Textile and Engineering Institute, ICHALKARANJI, Dr. U.J. Patil Sir. Honorable Dean Academics, Dr. S.K. Shirgave Sir. Honorable Dean Research and Development, Dr. S.B. Vanvatte Sir. Honorable Dean Administration and Students Affairs, Advocate R.R. Shah Sir. Honorable Dean Project and Consultancy, Dr. D.V. Kodavde Sir. Honorable Dean Quality Assurance, Dr. V.R. Naik Sir. Honorable Dean Cultural Activities, Professor S.G. Kanetkar Sir. Honorable Coordinator of AICTE Idea Lab and COE, Dr. V.D. Shinde Sir. Honorable HODs of all the respective departments. Honorable HOD of Department of Management Studies, Professor P.S. Zadav Sir. Respected convener of this FDP, Dr. M.P. Pawar Madam, and respected co-convener, Professor V.R. Patil Sir, respected faculty colleagues, and very importantly, respected participants of this FDP. I, Dr. Vidya, heartily welcome you all for this inaugural function of 7 days FDP on research, advancement, and scholarly excellence, jointly organized by Department of Management Studies of DKT Society's Textile and Engineering Institute, ICHALKARANJI, and AICTE Idea Lab, organized from 6th October 2023 to 13th October 2023. For these 7 days, the FDP will be conducted in 2 sessions, in the morning from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and in the afternoon from 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. As Deepa, light, is the symbol of knowledge and symbol of wisdom, and every auspicious program starts with worshipping Goddess Saraswati, may I now request Honorable Director Dr. L.S. Adbute Madam and Honorable Director of JBIMS Dr. Srinivasan Iyengar Sir to lighten up the lamp and worship Goddess Saraswati virtually, and request you all to please pray soulfully.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहा निःशेषजाड्यापहा शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमा आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणापुस्तकधारिणीम् अभयदां जाड्यान्धकारापहाम् हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां विदधतीं पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you, one and all. We at Department of Management Studies at DKT Society's Textile and Engineering Institute, ICHALKARANJI, offer 2 years of post-graduation course of MBA with dual specialization since its inception in the year 2008. We continuously add values into the field of education by organizing intercollegiate events, training programs, workshops, and FDPs. This 7 days online FDP is one of these efforts. Now, may I request our respected HOD of Department of Management Studies, Professor P.S. Zadav sir, to virtually address the gathering. Please, sir.
Very good morning to one and all. Respected Dr. Srinivasan sir, Director of JBIMS Mumbai, respected Director of DKT Society TEI, Dr. L.S. Sadmute Madam, and respected dignitaries, faculty members, and participants. I, Professor Praveen Jadhav, HOD of Department of Management Studies, welcome you all for the 7 days FDP organized by Department of Management Studies in collaboration with AICT Idea Lab. I am fortunate enough to have Dr. Srinivasan sir with us today. I feel privileged to share that I got opportunity to learn retail management from Dr. Srinivasan sir during my post-graduation from KG Somaiya Institute of Management, Mumbai. At that time, retail management was quite a new concept in India, and sir was the pioneer to start and teach retail management. I also had an opportunity to share my work experience in Pantaloons with Srinivasan sir. I am very much thankful to Dr. Srinivasan sir for kindly accepting our invitation as a resource person for FDP. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable words. Now, may I request Honorable Director of DKT Society's Textile and Engineering Institute, ICHALKARANJI, Dr. Mrs. L.S. Admute Madam, to please address the gathering with welcome speech. Please, Madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, all. Respected guest of today's workshop, Dr. Srinivas Iyengar, Director and Professor at JBIMS Mumbai, HOD of MBA Department, Professor P.S. Jadhav, Convener Dr. Mrs. Manisha Pawar, Co-Convener V.R. Patil, participants of this FDP workshop, and my dear colleague. It gives me immense pleasure to extend a warm welcome to you all for this online FDP on research advancement and scholarly excellence. To begin with, I will brief you regarding our institute. The institute was established in 1982. Since last 40 years, the institute has grown multifolds and has branched into various disciplines at UG, PG, and PhD level programs. The institute got autonomous status in 2016, and recently in 2023, institute received empowered autonomy to grant a joint degree with the affiliated university. The institute has been NAAC accredited with A+ grade. Consistently, this is second time. The institute has also received NBA accreditation for 8 UG program. Amongst these 8 UG program, the textile technology program has got 6 years accreditation. The institute is also ISO 9001:2015 certified. The institute has been consistently placed 3 times in the band of 101 to 150 in the NIRF ranking. The institute has been honored as the winner of Best Industry Linked Engineering Institute in 2015, 2017, and 2022 thrice in Chemical and Allied Engineering Institute category in the nationwide survey conducted jointly by AICTE and CII. Furthermore, the institute has received many prestigious projects by Government of India amounting of rupees 60 crore. The institute has collaborated with many national and international universities and industries. For global exposure of our students, we actively promote international internship and also facilitate credit transfer scheme. This year, 12 students went to Hop University, Germany and Saxion University, Netherlands. As today's workshop is related to research, I am proud to share the research contribution of our faculty members. As of date, 61 faculty members completed their PhD and amongst them 24 are PhD guides. A total 446 papers have been published by our faculty members during last 3 years and total of 50 patents have been filed, out of which 10 are utility and 25 are design patents which are granted. Additionally, this year 15 startups were generated. Research plays a pivotal role in education and its importance cannot be overstated. It is the foundation of educational process and excellence. It informs teaching practices, guides policy decisions, and empowers educators to address the challenges of ever-changing educational landscape. By investing in research, we invest in future of education and the betterment of society as whole. Faculty members who engage high-quality research are better equipped to inspire and educate their students, leading to more enriching educational experience. With these objectives in mind, our MBA department has arranged FDP on research advancement and scholarly excellence in a very systematic manner. This FDP provides opportunity for faculty members to stay updated in various research-related areas, including the latest developments in e-resource access and development, a structured scholarly writing and editing tool, and publication strategies. These tools are valuable for researchers and academics, with increasing your chances of success in the competitive world of scholarly publishing. They also ensure that researchers are better prepared to respond to reviewer comments and make necessary revision and accelerate their publication process. In research funding, proposal writing is a major component, and this workshop will help participants to write research proposal and secure research grant and funding. As we know, at present, institute rank based on academic performance and placement of the students. But in future, it may also be based on the startups and entrepreneurs created by the institute. And therefore, the research and innovation will play an important role in this education field. Patents and intellectual property rights have significant impact in education by innovation. And the last session that this FDP has arranged is the research profile appraisal, which will help individuals for self-assessment and identify areas for professional development and improvement in their research activity. The FDP will cover a wide range of research-related activity, which will help and benefited to participants. Please take advantage of all these. And lastly, we would like to invite Dr. Iyengar sir and you all to visit our institute whenever you are free. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam, for your inspiring and thought-provoking words. I feel proud to say that we Decatians are not less than any gems in the field of education and research under the leadership of versatile personality, Honorable Director Dr. L.S. Admute, madam. Thank you once again, madam. May I now request Dr. M.P. Pawar, madam, to introduce Honorable Director of JBIMS, Mumbai, Dr. Srinivasan Iyengar, sir. Please, madam.
Am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam. Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our esteemed keynote speaker for this FDP inaugural session, Dr. Srinivasan Iyengar. Dr. Iyengar is multifaceted individual who wears many hats: teacher, researcher, author, trainer, speaker, consultant. His passion for consistent learning and sharing knowledge has left an indelible mark on the academic and corporate spheres. Dr. Iyengar currently holds this prestigious position of Director and Professor at JBIMS University of Mumbai. His specialization lies in the area of strategic management and marketing at the renowned Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies. He holds a PhD degree in management from Mumbai University and has guided 10 plus PhD candidates in their academic pursuits. His areas of interest encompasses a wide spectrum, including strategic management, international business, and retail shoppers' behavior. With over 24 years of experience in both corporate and academic realms, Dr. Iyengar brings a wealth of knowledge and insights to the table. Dr. Iyengar is not only a prolific academic, but also an influential contributor to the field. He has authored 10 textbooks, including titles such as Strategic Management, Business Planning and Marketing Opportunity, Mall Management, Strategic Retail Management, Luxury Retail, and Case Studies in Business Management. In addition, he serves as a valued member on the advisory board of several reputable journals, including the Journal of Business, Retail and Marketing Business Management, the Journal of Development Research, the Bhagavad Gita Research Foundation. His outstanding academic achievements have been recognized with numerous awards, including accolades from SMFI, Higher Education Forum, and the prestigious Rajiv Gandhi Award from ISC. Furthermore, Dr. Iyengar's contribution extends beyond books and journals also, as he has published many articles, research papers, and case studies in national and international publications. His recent case study was published with AV publication showcasing his commitment to excellence. Dr. Iyengar's expertise is highly sought after, and he is frequently consulted by various organizations in the areas of strategic marketing and retail strategies. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in the welcoming Dr. Srinivasan Iyengar, a true luminary in the field of academia and the beacon of knowledge and wisdom. Please, sir.
Thank you, madam. We are really lucky and are overwhelmed to have such an eminent personality with us for the first day of FDP. Now may I request Dr. Srinivasan Iyengar, sir, to please address us with his inaugural speech. Please, sir.
Yeah. Good morning. Am I audible?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Respected
Good morning.
director, dean, different departments of directors and HODs and faculties, and mainly participants. Thank you for the invite, and it's my pleasure, privilege, and honor to be there for that event. I could see the institute the way progressing. It's a commendable work for the administrative team as well as the academic team, which you filed a patent research and progress. Thanks to Manisha ma'am for coordinating the event, and happy to be there at the event, and Praveen and all, glad to see you almost after more than a decade plus. This topic is something which I received it. We can make all audience to make a video enabled. You can unmute yourself if you want, and kindly suggest what type of sessions are you expecting it. I wish to more interactive, and normally the first guest session, so I try to interact for a few minutes, then probably we'll have any questions you are welcome to do. And happy to address the crowd, and because when you do online, it is always makes sense if you could able to enable your video. It's my request. It's a very good number, almost we are in the 100 number, the target, even Olympic we are targeting 100 now, but here we already reached 100 now in the sports. Yeah. Any questions, you are welcome to ask anyone, anytime. And yeah, the topic which I received today for the keynote speaker, research advancement and scholarly excellence. When I received the topic, normally it's the first time I'm getting this topic to interact. I had been to many conferences, I do teach in a couple of IIMs, and this topic seems to be very interesting And I started preparing. As an academician, whenever we invite for speakers, we require some couple of hours preparation. When I saw this title, what to speak in front of academician. In fact, when I asked them what is the profile of the participant, already institute says that most of them are 90% are academician. Either they are PhDs or doing PhDs, or might be they are in the corporate world to do PhD. So happy to address the audience of academician. Then how can I add value to this session? Research advancement and scholarly excellence. Now the first question comes when you talk about scholarly excellence. How do you make it scholar excellence? Because how do you define the word excellence? Anybody? Because how do you define the word excellence? Because for me, excellence is different from the word. For an example, if you ask me the example, right? If we ask you what is your sense of satisfaction or sense of achievement or sense of socially well established, some people might be happy by even buying an Alto. If they have an Alto car, they say, "Sir, we are happy and comfortably financed." People having a Rolls Royce, is there any benchmark from the industries? Satisfaction is up to us. But as far as industry is concerned, right, especially in academia is concerned, we talk about academic excellence, connotes quality of being well good, distinguished and outstanding. Yeah. Again, I'll repeat, quality of being very good, distinguished and outstanding. And especially if we talk about academic institutions, we are in the most of the people, I believe, we are in the higher education. The quality of the appointment, if we talk about academician get, see, if you want to begin an academia area, I always strongly believes and recommends, right? We should be a good researcher. We should be a good researcher. In fact, I remember when I teach value chain, I try to bring value chain in teaching academia also. Probably those who teach strategy, you know what is the value chain. In fact, I used to suggest, why don't you bring your value chain in your teaching? Because teaching is one of the profession where you interact more with the students or any business community, you try to learn a lot. Whenever you want to interact with them, if you go with the bookish knowledge, may not be able to connect the dot. Always academia has a one challenges, right? Industry institute interface. Normally B school has the one challenge. People say the faculty who are in the teaching profession, they don't know what is happening in the industry. If you want to bridge the gap, which helps you to make, you should be a good researcher. As far as if you could able to good research, you can able to publish good thing. Probably now you will move to teacher to researcher. In fact, I used to do FDP, faculty development program, only on 6 hours. How faculty can able to make that. In fact, couple of articles also published in the newspaper on this and research paper also, right? Once, if you're a good teacher, you should have a good research background. When you have a good research background, you can able to connect the industry very well. Then you moved as a researcher. When you are a good researcher, unless and if you don't publish your research work, you doesn't get any value. That is implied that if you want to get any good value addition, all your research work need to get published. Now what is happening is possibility from researcher, now we are going to move as an author. Right? And where do research? And when you do the research works, from author, you try to teach more or less to the school students. You are a teacher. When you do same teaching, when you do the same teaching to the corporate, you will be called management development program. You are a trainer. See, now you become a trainer. Once if you become a trainer, you do faculty development program. It is another same training program when you do academia, but still you are a trainer, right? When you started doing to corporate, moving into consulting also possibility. Whenever you do the good research work, you can publish, you become an author. I think 10 to 12 profession domain, you can become a mentor, coach, administrator, director. Almost 12 domains, you will have it in the profession of teaching. So my strongly recommendation to entire faculty fraternity, be proud to be an academician. And every vertical, whatever I said, there is no limit. Normally people say sky is the limit. There is no limit to the sky. If you become a trainer, you can teach as a teacher, you can teach into normal business school or going to the top premium business school. There is no limit for you. Even you can become international faculty also. As a faculty, you will have a vertical to grow. You write article to local newspaper to international newspaper to consulting manuscript to white paper. There is no limitation. You can become a trainer per hour 1,000 rupees to 5 lakh rupee. There is no limit. But everything you can do without deviating from your core profession, that is teaching. If you want to become a good in all the aspects, including trainer to consultant to research to mentor to coach to, for the basic purpose, you have to be a good teacher. When you are a good teacher, you have to be a good researcher. So this topic, I really appreciate the topic which is selected by DKT Institute for the inaugural speech, right? Research advancement and scholarly excellence, right? Unless and if you are not a good researcher, right? Unless and if you are not good in the researching, you can't able to identify in the industry as how you are a great academician. Now, what's happening in academia? Nowadays, we have multiple challenges in the teaching profession, right? Do you have any challenges today? Anyone? Apart from that, if I ask you some question, if you make it interactive, you can unmute yourself and ask question, or maybe you can share values. We'll make it much more interactive, because online, to make it more interactive, it will possible only from the participant sides when they become active. Otherwise, it will become monotonous one-way communication. Are you comfortable with one-way communication or two-way? Based on that, I'll customize it. Anyway, I'm going to interact hardly for an hour's time. Participants' views, please. That's why I said, right, we have to make video enable. Then only people really know how many people are active in the online session. Otherwise, people just log in because it's an AICT program. They will get API, Academic Performance Index, for 5 points or 10 points. There is no physicality. People used to enable the camera and they go out of it, which is not appreciated. Unless and if you don't enable the videos, you can make it audio disabled, but make it your video enabled. So that's a fantastic platform where we can able to meet everyone. People are coming all the way from different part of India. I could able to see from the name. Loknath and Swati are all might be from Chennai, Sujit Chandulkar, Sukrani ma'am. People are representing multiple places, right? Any questions, please? Or would you like to ask any question? Would you like to make a comment on it before moving to the next topic? Anybody will have an argument, sir, no, what you said may not be relevant. Or what are the challenges do you face in our today's business school? I'm sure most of the faculty either come from business school or arts and commerce or engineering. But more or less, is there any challenge? If you want to bring excellence, how do you want to bring the excellence? What is the definition for excellence? Who recognizes it? And where do you want to be? Or you want to be their excellence in your particular domain? And that's why I started with a session, right? People are happy with Alto and WagonR. You can't able to compare with Mini Cooper, correct? Mini Cooper is 40 lakhs, whereas Alto and WagonR is 4 lakh. But when you are driving in the same road, more or less same. But how do you able to differentiate? In fact, the strategy also we talk about, right? Focus, differentiation, leadership. That's what we talk about. In academia, how do you want to bring that? Do you have any challenge? Why do you want to make your at par excellence? Whether you want to become an institute excellence or individual excellence. Again, I'll put another school of question now, right? But I discuss whatever today we discuss for the individual, right? When you flourish, it is implied that your institute also get flourish, correct? Institute is a brand, we have to add value to the institute. Still, many people are not actively in the video. Hardly 4 or 5 people out of 100. Hardly 4. It's okay. Is there any challenge in that academia present? Do you find, apart from them, we are going to get, is there any challenge? Yes, somebody is messaging also. Fantastic. Sujit. Everyone goes for India, ultimately, that's correct. Yeah. Any other? Do you find any challenge? Why do you want to be excellent? As I told you, why do you want to be excellent? I can give you 4 bullet points also for that. Because change is the one thing remain constant. Correct? Today, do you find that, is there any change in the academia profession teaching? For example, when you go to the classroom, correct? Is it the same what we have seen couple of decades before? Today, if you see, I always used to say, what is the role of the faculty then? Are you going to reinvent the new wheels and try to teach? How many percentage of faculty will create new definition, go to the classroom every day and try to teach something new? What is the role today? Today, if we talk about, we go to the classroom, that abundance of data. In fact, today, whenever you go to the class, I always find some challenge. What is the challenge? We have to make the students to listen or to learn unlearned things. They should hear unheard concept. They should experience which they are not experienced before. That means if you teach any concept, today everything available in Google. In fact, whenever I go to the classroom, I tell them, please enable your mobile. I don't say switch off your mobile because we can learn more from mobile. Today we have a chat GPT. Like chat GPT, there are many things. And I'm sure if the students go through the web, they can get more than what we teach. Then what is our challenge in the classroom for the 3-hour session? What is our challenge? How do you want to make excellent into this? How do you want to make yourself differentiate from the rest of the faculty? When you go to the classroom, when the students already access with all the data. I always tell them one layman example, right? Why we like Pandit Hariprasad Choroshia or Khatri Gopalnath or all the great people. What Pandit Hariprasad Choroshia does is just flute player, right? I always used to say the role of the faculty to share the data and information to the students in a presentable, audible format, in an enjoyable way. But I never said that faculties are like a stand-up comedian or academician. No. What is it? We have to present it to the student. Knowledge is everywhere. Google, everything is there. But we have to extract the data. What the flute normally does, air is everywhere, but we don't enjoy the air, right? But what Pandit Hariprasad Choroshia does, he inhale the air and represent it in an audible, enjoyable format. That's why students enjoy, everyone enjoys it. The role of the faculty, we collect the data from the market, we collect the information from the market, we assimilate, and we try to give to the students in a presentable format, right? But earlier days, which was not a story, but today culture is changing, data is available, faculty, the role is also getting reduced. A number of these schools or colleges were going other way. Technology is foreplaying everything. So how do you want to address this as a faculty? If we have these challenges, how do you want to address this? There is a change happening, right? And today what's happening is because of the change, now we are following NEP, National Education Policy. What is the impact in our teaching as an academician? There will be the impact in academia. We are now following Western model. More or less integrated course will come. The beauty of the business school, competition is left open. Quality only survives. Right? Quality only survives. Now today, if you see university, government university, private university, skill university, autonomous university, international university, almost we will have all the formats. Now international university also allowed to come to do business in India. And end of the day, we are moving towards customer-centric. What is customer-centric? Student-driven. Students will choose. Students will decide which college they have to enter. Now, as an institute, as a faculty, how do you want to meet the expectation of the students? But it was not a story earlier. Earlier, the number of colleges were limited. Now, everywhere colleges were shutting down. They are not getting a quality students. This statement, I never say no, because from Bajaj, we always get 1 lakh application. Still, we are number in Maharashtra. So that proves that quality only survives. Market is for everyone. Please understand. Market is for everyone. Survival of fittest. Please note it down. These words are very interesting. Why I'm saying this, whether it's industry or teaching, when the change happening, nobody could be able to stop the change. Change in the one thing remain constant. If you want to stay relevant, you have to be excellent in your domain. Please understand that. There is no trade-off, there is no compromise. Correct? Now, how do you want to make yourself quality, survival, competition, even in the teaching profession? Right? How do you want to do that? For that, what we'll do, first we talk about, as an academician, we already discussed few points. One of the points what we discussed, as a research teacher, should be a good researcher. There is no compromise for research. Now, already madam has scheduled the topic. How do you want to write a paper? How do you want to research? How do you get funding? That is commendable. So a little bit we talk about, if you want to become a good researcher, if you want to become excellent, please understand, As a teacher, we should know how to, segment ourselves. And we should have a research proportionate, continuous researcher. Somebody said, correct. Unless and if you are not a good researcher, you can become a great academician. Now, why write and publish research paper? Why to do research? How to write a published paper? First, ideally, to share the research findings, this will help you to connect the dot. Unless and if we don't do research, we really don't know what is reality. Always research helps you to build the industry institute interface. There is no compromise on that, right? Practically, why we do research? What are the purpose of doing research? My institute asked to do. If we don't do 2 paper in a publication, my institute doesn't get that so-called NAAC or NBA or accreditation process or AICT. That is the one purpose. Is there any other purpose of writing research paper? Anyone? One is basic mandatory requirement in academia. Is there any other purpose? Why do you want to write a research paper?
The social cause.
Hello? Yeah.
Contribution to society.
You are a good teacher. You are teaching the best. Your feedback is good. Why do you want to publish a paper? Why do you want to do research? Probably you can teach through the textbook, right? And you might have a wonderful PPTs with you. Why do you want to do research? Knowledge upgradation. Fantastic. What else? Any other? What are the purpose?
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, ma'am. Please.
I think it's a social cause. Actually, academic fraternity can contribute a lot on their behalf to society.
Maybe in the society, if you want, can I call it as recognition? You want to get recognized in the
not only recognition. If we are implementing any kind of research work or minor project,
right?
We are taking examples of farmers, societies, and all. We are contributing to society.
Very good. What else? What else? Implementation. What do you want to implement, Swati ma'am? You can uncover the new findings, beneficial for society. Fantastic. See, whenever you do research, there are purpose, right? There is an objective. One of the objective, definitely, as we said, today, if you are a good researcher, you will also get funding. As a faculty, you will get certain salary, right? If you are teaching in the best premium business school, when you could be able to publish a paper in ABDC, especially on A and B, there is a funding will be given from the institute. That's what, if you see, most of the premium business school attract the brains, attract the best faculty. If you are a good teacher and publication getter, it also add your benefit for your funding purpose. Your salary will be improved, right? Even though you are a good basic lecturer or assistant professor, if you could able to have a 5 publication in ABDC, you will get additional few lakhs in your salary, right? That one is what we talk about, to get promotion, right? When you have a good research paper, to move to senior level, no, assistant professor level 1, 2, 2, 3, or assistant professor to associate, associate to professor, professor to dean, or maybe senior professor, or maybe to the vice chancellor, right? To move to that level, the basic mandatory requirement, you should be a good researcher. You should have a quality publication. It could be Scopus, it could be ABDC, it should be I-Index. This we'll discuss later, right? One is to get promotion, right? When you get promotion, obviously, you will also get recognition, because you will be identified in the business, in the market, what? You are a good researcher too. Apart from academician, you are also a good researcher. Is there any other benefits? If we talk about as a researcher, you will also get funding, right? When you do the good research process, you will get a funding from various national, international agencies. You will also get funding from the corporate, right? Is there any other purpose to become a good researcher? Any other? I already talked about 4, 5. Is there anything other? Very important. Yeah. Very important point is, when you do good research, as I told you, I started with the lecture, right? What was the point? Definitely, it helps you to knowledge sharing and achievement. In fact, your research also leads into, you may also get trademark. You can definitely get a patent, either the process, right? You can try to get your research work into the patent. Maybe the research work will also help you to leads to author. You can become a publisher. You can publish a book, right? There are multiple benefits to become a researcher. Any questions would like to ask on this? So that I'll go the next point before that. If you are rated by what you produce, not by what you attempt, correct? How do you recognize in the market? Sir, I'm making an attempt to write 10 research paper. Nobody will recognize you. How many paper you published, right? What is your outcome of the research, right? You are rated by what you produce, not what you made an attempt, right? If you want to become excellent in the business, please understand that. If you want to become a research advancement scholarly excellence, if you want to make excellence, that excellence is measured by outcome. That outcome should be form of publication, right? How much effort you put, nobody will ask. How much is the output of your research background, right? And if we talk about what is the problem in today's publication, if we talk about, when you talk about publication, today competition has become too much, especially to publish into, because it takes time consuming. If you want to publish a one good case study, recently I published one case, it took almost 8 months to publish in IB, the entire process. If you are saying that, Scopus or maybe ABDC, right, Australian Business School Dean, and if you want to publish in that level, possibility to publish a one good paper in ABC journal, especially A and B category, possibly it may take 6 months, right? Now, see the seriousness, how much time it consumes to get a good quality publication. And if you go to that level, any idea what is your success factor? If you are going for the success ratio or rejection rate, anyone has idea? When you are going to this type of journal? And today people say, sir, I published in ISSN, ISBN. Please don't do that. Today, the purpose of today's lecture, to make that excellence. We are going to discuss it. What is the excellence? How do you want to go into benchmark? What is the minimum standard requirement in the industry? Where you should get published? Today, wherever I talk about, one we're mentioning, these are all the recognized journal that's possibility of acceptance, or maybe I can say possibility of rejection rate more than 60%. Or if I say acceptability less than 50%, or maybe you can say 40%. It depends upon the nature of the journal, right? And if we talk about the rejection rates is so high, and if you want to make, how do you want to make it excellent into this? What are the steps you should do, right? What are the steps to make you to become excellent in that, right? Number one, first, whichever subject you teach, it's always good to do the research, or maybe to become excellent, try to tuck the low-hanging fruit. What does it mean? What is the low-hanging fruit means for in your domain in a teaching? If you want to become excellent, what is the low-hanging fruit? Any idea? You try to get published based on your passionate area or your domain experience. If you are HR faculty, within HR, identify your domain and try to see related journal and one of the best top ranked journal in the world and try to publish it. The possibility of success will become excellent. And don't try to get into the area which you are not comfortable. Then you will say, sir, I am a professor of marketing. I wish to know about some industry dual. Can I do something about finance? That is also possible. I never said no. But always it is good to get into the area where you are comfortable. Always you should have a hunger for excellence. Huh? Please remember, that is the first bullet point, which I would like to suggest. If you want to become, unless and until you don't have a fire in your belly, right? Again, sir, I am happy with the institute where I work for last 20 years. No wrong, nothing is wrong. Doesn't mean that you work in one of the top premium business school and leave for every 2 years. Maybe your hunger, you couldn't able to match the gap. You want to still fly high. Nothing wrong. I always used to say, which is right or wrong? In a businesses, there is nothing right or wrong. Because today we are in an era, whatever you say yesterday wrong, today's became right. Whatever today you said right, tomorrow it became wrong. You must be experienced, right? before COVID and post-COVID. Many areas we are experienced it, right? There is nothing right or wrong. Please understand that. Correct? Now, if I say that person working for 20 years is an excellence, or people working or changing an organization every 3 years, having a great publication, you never stick with it. For example, if you have 2 APTC, 5 case studies in IB, do you think will you still working with the same institute? Maybe you might be leaving it and joining with some other premium business school, right? So first, you should have fire in your belly. That means you should have hunger for excellence. That is the first. Unless if we don't have a fire, I think nobody could be able to imbibe the culture of it. Then once if you have a fire in your belly, what you should do? You try to benchmark yourself against the best. Again, how do you want to benchmark yourself? If you are an academician of marketing faculty, or if you are a faculty of strategy, if you are a faculty of production operation, how do you want to benchmark yourself now? Anyone? In fact, when I saw one YouTube film, something interesting came. As a professor of strategy, I always used to say, benchmark you have to do with the best in the industry on the same domain. But I realized it when Madurai, there is Aravind Eye Care. That hospital benchmark, when they started Aravind Eye Care, one of the sensitive portion, right? Your eye. You know from where they benchmark? Any idea? They want to become, anyone can able to answer it. Huh? If you are an eye hospital, you want to benchmark the best. Whom do you benchmark? Anyone? Hello? Dr. Krishnaji Patil? Professor Atul Davle? Professor Smita? Professor Purohit?
Participants, you can unmute yourself and answer.
Ma'am, this is the problem. I told you right in the online, nobody is in the physical. Except out of 100, hardly I believe 5 to 6 people are active. Whenever I call the name, they couldn't able to react. That's what I said. When you are sending a mail, you should make it compulsory video enabled. They are just here for certificates. When you expect excellence, excellence comes with the quality. Excellence comes with the perfection. Excellence comes with the hard work. Excellence comes with the peer passion. Excellence comes with the honesty. Excellence comes with the professionalism. Correct?
Sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. My name is Rajendra. I have a quick question to you.
Yes, please.
So, people are doing a lot of research in many areas.
Correct.
But these researches are not sellable and are not a revenue making one. Then such kind of researches, what is the use of that? Can you just throw some light on it?
Fantastic. Sir, why every research needs to be connected with financial perspective, sir? Is it money is a matter for everything research? For an example, when you are in academia, what we get paid for in our institute? Sometimes research is also, this is a problem with most of the academia. We feel research is the different part. It is a basic part of your academic profile. Research is the integral part of your teaching. Don't make it separate. If you think it is a part of your research, obviously you don't need to worry about it. You are getting salary for that. We are paid for that work. Then if you could able to do research, possibility, your research will help you to make money out of it also. Possibility, if you do the research, that research will help you to lead. For an example, wonderfully you asked this question, sir. I still remember almost a 10-year-old example. Still, I'll make it that example relevant today. I still remember I had done one research. My research was, that time I was heading retail program. Then I started a retail PhD and all, you know. I did a research. What type of music helps you to drive the retail store sales. Is there any impact of background music and sales? Nobody paid money, sir. It is just I took by passion, I took the topic and did. And finally, that research says if you have a good background music, depends upon the timing of the store. If you could able to run that particular music into the particular nature of the store and the timing, if you could able to align all these three, it will help the customer to stay more time inside the store. If they spend more time inside the store, possibility the higher billing will happen. Instead of, I can say, put it in layman language, instead of buying, shopping will happen. I did the research. I presented in one of the conference. Hindustan Times covered on the January 1st on New Year's Day on the first page. If you have a good background music, you tended to spend more. And they put my name and research output. One company approached us that time. I don't want to name the retail company, one of the biggest brand. They suggested, sir, can you run me which music I should run inside my store? Trust me, I charge couple of lakhs. So, Rajendra sir, what my suggestion, your post research also may bring revenue to you. Research, you have to connect the dot. But when I did the research, I never expected I'll get money out of it.
Okay.
Right? But I could able to convert. Industry ask for that, right? Industry will ask what's your research great gap, how do you address it? If you could able to do that, company might be paying you money also. If they feel relevant, if they add value to them, who will say no to you, sir? So my question was that benchmark against the best. How do you want to benchmark yourself? If you are a good marketing faculty, I told you the example, right? Arvind Eye Care. That's a hospital in Madurai. That's an eye care. Whom do you suggest to benchmark if they want to become world-class hospital? Any idea? How do you want to benchmark? If you are a hospital guy, or if you are a faculty, if you want to benchmark yourself, with whom you want to benchmark? In your particular domain, whatever subject you teach. Anybody?
We would like to benchmark with somebody who is a good academician and a researcher in our domain area.
Fantastic. Fantastic. What else? Very good, madam. Thank you. What else? In fact, if I tell you, you'll get surprised to know that opticals, right? Not even opticals, it's an eye care.
Sir. Srinivasan, sir. Sir, you are